Good afternoon, everyone. You're watching Beyond the Headlines, where we go deeper into the stories that shape our city, our people, and our community. I'm DJ Moises. Today, we focus on the highly successful Sinulog 2026, which brought the city to life. We will also talk about what Cebu is doing to host the ASEAN Tourism Forum later this month. Can you hear the beat? Joining us is Councilor Nice Archival, one of the key figures behind Cebu's festival celebrations and our city's growing tourism initiatives. Good afternoon, Councilor Nice, and welcome to the show.
Yes, good afternoon. It's good to be back here and belated Pit Senior.
Yes, and maybe you would like to greet your millions of followers who are watching.
Hello everyone. Mayong hapon kanatong tanan.
Okay. Sige, sige. So, Sinulog is not just a festival, no?
Yes.
Especially for us in Cebu. It's
Cebu.
a celebration.
It's tradition.
Yes, it's a celebration of faith. It's tradition. It's heritage,
Yes.
no? So, personally, what does the festival or the celebration mean to you?
Yes. So Sinulog is very, very close to my heart. Why? Because when I was younger or when I was a little girl, the Fuente Circle is near my dad's office. Yes, so it's in Doña Rita building. So that's near the KFC. So that's where we usually watch the Sinulog Festival every year when my dad was still around. So it's very, very close to my heart. He would always let us wake up early in the morning just so we can secure that seat near where the contingents would pass by. So it's very close, very, very soft near my heart because of the fact when I was younger I used to just watch it. Now I'm one of parts of how Sinulog ran this year, so it's very overwhelming. At the same time, it's very heartwarming that I am able to be part of how the whole parade would or the whole festival would be.
So it was truly grand, no?
Yes.
At least from what I saw.
Yes, it's very grand and it's very good that that we place it back to the original route where everybody is able to come watch compared to the time when they place it in SRP.
I could see already the outcome and the result, but were you able to get your beauty rest after?
No, unfortunately, I was
Oh, it
not
doesn't show.
It's just the makeup. But I was not able yet because of the fact after Sinulog, the Sinulog actually festival was a very short notice because of the fact, of course, our city had different calamities, of course, which we cannot control. So we had little time to actually prepare for the festival, but we are very happy that everything went well, and a lot of people have been giving positive feedbacks with the festival.
So from your perspective, because you also this time have a significant role,
Yes.
no? To play in the celebration and also in the tourism initiatives of the city. From your perspective, what made it very successful?
Usually how a festival would be successful is not only the people that organizes it, but the Cebuano spirit itself. That's how Sinulog brings its life towards the festival. It's us Cebuanos who make it a very happy place and very welcoming place to everyone who wants to celebrate with us, especially to honor our senior Santo Niño, the devotees that we have, and of course, we can't also deny the fact that we also have people that are coming here to enjoy the festival itself. How we are very lively, and we all know Cebuanos are very welcoming, and we are very kind to those especially who are from out of town. So I think that's one reason why Sinulog has always been the grandest festival ever, is because of us Cebuanos.
Which I also agree, no? Because it's also the environment that
Yes.
helped create the vibe.
Yes.
Now, in the context of the operations side,
Yes.
among the noticeable difference, at least that I saw, is on the time management.
Yes, that's
And in
correct.
fact, one of our Sunstar reporters, si Cherry Ann Birador, actually pointed out
Yeah.
that in the history of Sinulog, this was the first time that it was finished at
Early.
8
Yes, that's
p.m.
correct.
And then just to highlight the efficiency, and this is not to make comparisons.
Yeah.
In the same article actually that Cherry also wrote, I was very impressed when I saw the data that she presented, because she said that last year had 43 contingents,
Yes.
and it ended at 11 p.m.
Yes.
But for this year,
This year.
it's 43 contingents, so
Yes.
just 3 less, pero ended at 8 p.m.,
8 p.m.
including the fireworks
Yes.
display. So what made this possible?
I think what made everything possible is the whole coordination of everyone. From the Sinulog Foundation, we also have execoms. We are 4 councilors. That's me, Councilor Philip Zafra, Councilor Dave Tumulak, and of course Councilor Paul Labra. So all of us really had very heavy duties to really make sure and coordinate with the SFI and all the national agencies that we had from our production team to really make it efficient and organized so that we get to start early. And of course, one person actually pointed out that Mayor Nestor did not really prolong his speeches. It was more like welcome and then go to the festival right away. And then the production team, of course, headed by Mami Victor Cuenco, was very efficient with the time. They were very strict with the contingents that after you present yourselves, you have to exit right away. No more anything else. And then there was a timer specifically. If you're in the grandstand, then you would be able to see that there is a certain time limit for every contingent.
And the audience would even
See,
no? And they
That's-
would say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then it starts right away with or without. If you're not ready or you are, then it will start right away. So I think that's one thing that really made everything really smooth because of the time that that was the strict rules that we implemented for the contingents itself. And we're very thankful that they also, mismo the contingents, also abided by the rules that were given to them. So I think that's how made everything more smooth. And as well, of course, our people, because right after the contingents would go down, of course, we have our disaster people. If naamay what that would faint there, so naara dyan yung mga disaster right away nga moagak nila. And of course, the props right away, thankfully, their propsmen as well, paspas rapod sila mulihok nga ikanaog nila. They already know nga mo right side sila padung sa Virama area. They already know where, so everything is just by smoothly done or yun.
The other thing also that I thought would kanang have an impact was katong the change in the rules that there will be no lights for
Yes,
those
that's correct.
in their props for
Yes.
those performing in the evening.
Yes.
But personally, I also saw that the contingents leveled up
Yeah.
to compensate
For the no lights.
for the no lights.
Yes.
So the performance, in my opinion, remained quality, no?
Quality,
High quality gyapon
yes.
siya. So what are your thoughts also
Yeah.
about the process and the thought process around it?
Yeah, I think for me, said personally, if you're an audience, not from someone that's organizing it, but someone who is a spectator in the grandstand, if you want to see the whole performance, of course, nindot man gyud nga na ay lights. Na-adjoy effect ang lights that, that would sparkle within our eyes. Nga murag, ala ka nindot gyud. But then if you really think about it gyud, on the organizer side, it's also unfair to those contingents who would perform in the morning. Because if you're in the night, if you already know nga, sa gabi man tamer perform, na-adjud tay lights dapat. So katong mga nasa morning, of course, makalimtan na to sila because wala man sila, added effect of the lights. But as the festival during pag Sunday, makitaan gyud nimo nga okay ra man day walay lights. Makaya ra man day. I mean, if you've seen the ones that won, kaya ra jud kayo, and they still gave the same quality that we wanted to see in the festival, in the grandstand nga mark kanimoy nindot okay ra gid sad gid di
And
ay
a
siya.
number of the winners even performed during daytime.
Yes, most of them. Tagbilaran performed after around before lunchtime.
Yes, and Toledo also performed. There was still sun.
Sun, yes.
Oh.
Around mga 3, they performed, if I remember it, if I'm not mistaken. So, it proves a point na makaya ra gyud, even if there are slight or a big change in the rules na walay lights, then they would still give performance, quality performances to the people.
But just like in every success story, there's always room
Yeah,
to grow.
yes.
So what were the areas in which you saw that, I think we need to level up in this?
Yes. I think one thing that I also, as well as the mayor pointed out, was masakitan yun me with basura, which is one thing that's
1,000 tons.
yes. It's a very big problem yun in any siguro festival or any event that you are holding. The trash is the biggest problem yun afterwards, the egress. Dako gid kayo siya nga problema. And I think one thing that we really want to siguro push for the next festival is that every contingent sunod should bring their own someone nga magsunod nga magkuha sa mga basura sa mga contingents. Well, of course, dili man nato ma-blame pod na, na adjay mabilin is because kanang lisod sad mangita pag gid sila trash can while they are in the streets, and there are ropes that is being barricaded by them. So I think that's one thing that we could really do by next year. Hopefully nga naadyo na dapat magsunod. And also by sa mga spectators, we actually, if you've seen some pictures online, we deployed actually people nga mooy kana nagdala og trash ban unya kinsa may naay mga basura diha diri niya. It's not something na daghan jud kaayo, is because we don't have that much. It's 4.5 million people that came here to celebrate with us. So, 5.2, I do apologize. 5.2 yun di ay the spectators. So that's a huge amount of crowd, and hopefully by next year we can do something malesen yun ang trash, because of course it is a big problem yun in our city.
I think the idea of deploying water stations and encouraging people to bring their tumblers is already a big help. But I think we just need to, in my opinion, add more stations.
Yes, actually. So, tungod sa kadaghan amount lang yun ba. And it's something that, sometimes ang paglabay sa basura is something we cannot also, nanadjud kinaiya sa yun. And during that time, kung sinulog, daghan na kay tao, siksikan na, makalimutan lang, kaya diri na lang ibili nato. We have that mentality sometimes. But hopefully by this year, we will be pushing more yun on in letting people bring their own tumblers to help lessen yun trash in our city. And of course, by the mga out of town guests that we have, they can also follow, since if they've seen us mismo Cebuanos, we are doing it ourselves, and hopefully they will be ma-apply ra pod nila by next year.
The other thing also that I heard is there were also comments about sustainability of the fireworks.
Yeah.
And your team you are also thinking about some innovative approaches that could be considered for next year.
Yes. No? Yeah. I think if you saw sa morning na opening, we actually merged indoor fireworks. I think it was just like a powder that we used. And hopefully by next year we get to think of siguro something else for the sustainability of fireworks. Pero fireworks is something that people would always look for in everywhere. Yun. Some people would even run or die to run towards a certain area para lang makita og fireworks.
That was 20 minutes, no?
Yes, 20 minutes ang fireworks. So, I think everybody was very happy with the fireworks. And I think at the same time, the other establishments, nagdungan pud sila with the fireworks. Sa
Cebu Business Park.
Yes.
I know.
Nagdungan pud og fireworks with the ending of it. So, hopefully we get to think of more sustainable ideas with fireworks. Hopefully someone also provides or gives us ideas kung unsa pa atong pwede ma-replace with fireworks nga that would give the same quality siguro of wow factor sa atong mga spectators.
So, going back to the Sinulog and then moving forward
Yes.
eventually to the preparation also that you and your team are also doing for the upcoming ASEAN Tourism Forum. What is the Cebuano spirit, gid ba? Although you've mentioned it in passing earlier, that we should sustain, no? So
Yes.
that we carry it through from one festival
To another.
no? Because that's already inherent, no, in us.
Yes. I think siguro it just passes by naturally lang yun on to our younger generations and how Sinulog truly is. But then I think ang one thing that I would like to really want to remind the younger generation is that, Sinulog is not only about, the happy, the parties and all the, it's more on the faith yun towards our beloved Senior Santo Niño, which is sometimes kind of missed sa younger generations. But as long as we, give information and feed them on why we celebrate this certain festival, I think we would go further pagyud more and siguro influence these younger ones. But actually, I've seen younger when I go to Novena masses. I'm very glad that I would see, younger generations in high school that they would go with their barkada. So I thought nga wala po gyud nawa ang kanang pagsalig o pagampo sa ato ang Senior Santo Niño.
And in several episodes ago, we guested Father Soliman, no?
Yes.
And then he mentioned, and that was also my takeaway sa interview when he said na everything else is just an expression
Yes.
of our love for God and our gratitude, no, for being loved unconditionally. So part of that expression then is the upcoming ASEAN Tourism Forum.
Yes.
So tell us more about this one because it's already happening later this month, no?
Yes,
Sige.
January. So the Asean Summit, dako gid siya actually. The whole Cebu is actually involved in it. So Lapu-Lapu is involved, Mandaue is involved, Cebu province is involved, and of course Cebu City is involved as well. The Cebu City government or the LGU Cebu City itself is ang gihatag sa atua is we will be holding the heritage tour. Yes, so I think that is what is Cebu most known for as a heritage city. So we will be holding, they will be doing the first tour on January 25. Then we have January 28 and January 29.
So where will they go during
Yes.
these dates? Sige.
So they will be staying in New Star Hotel, and then by New Star they will be going to the Plaza Sugbo, which is in front of City Hall, of course. They will be greeted by Mayor Nestor, and then they will be walking, going towards Magellan's Cross. So they will be seeing Magellan. They will go inside Basilica, and then they will go exit towards Zamora Street, right across. I think dili ni
Going
mo
to Cathedral.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
that street.
correct.
Okay, yes.
That street, yeah.
That small street,
That
no?
small street there. Yes. So after that, they will be in Cathedral. Then they will be going to Fort San Pedro.
It's a walking tour, no?
They will be riding.
Oh,
actually.
they will be riding.
Yes,
Okay, I
they
thought
will be
walking.
riding.
Okay, continue,
Yes,
continue.
they will be riding to Fort San Pedro, and then right after Fort San Pedro, they will be. I'm not sure if because they actually changed routes. So actually, nag-meeting me ganina sa City Hall.
I heard.
Ni Skirda lang ko there because
No,
for the love.
no, Ting is also, Grace is also giving me updates on
Yes.
where you are. Continue.
So I think after
Yeah.
Cathedral, either they will be going to the Colon obelisk to Parian or going to Casa Gordo. Then I think they will be going to Fort or the Plaza or Fort San Pedro. I'm not they changed routes actually. So I tried to verify it kanina before I left, but then we're like the time constraints already.
And thank you for making time and
Yes.
joining us today. Continue.
So those are the pinpoints lang yun siya for the heritage tour. So the most one is the Plaza Sugbo, the Magellan's Cross, of course, Santo Niño, the Parian, Casa Gorordo, Fort San Pedro, and of course, maapil na lang pud gamay ang National Museum.
Yeah, I love the
Yes,
National
they
Museum.
will also be naana siya Tartanillas. They will be experiencing that in Fort San
Instead of walking.
Yes, instead of walking, but only from Fort San Pedro going to National Museum. So that's small, siguro mga 50 meters lang siya nga area. Yes.
Sige, so aside from the official meetings, will there be some public events also that the other Cebuanos can witness or participate?
Unfortunately, they cannot stay really long. Actually, the delegates won't be staying super long. Actually, in certain areas because they also have other things to do.
Schedule.
Yes, they have different schedules. So actually, our time is very limited lang yun siya. Muna gud sigurado nga dapat on time sila, and then everything is just very smooth lang yun during their time in the heritage tour, since very fast kayo pace ang ilahang tour. And with we cannot also make it a little bit longer because of course it's ASEAN Summit, so it's international, so we cannot just insert certain alibis there or alibi schedules there.
That's a good term, alibi schedules. No, but on personally, I can also see still the time management part.
Yeah.
No?
And taas-taas sad yun ilahang schedules, and that's why it's a very short amount of time. That's why we really have to make it short but very quality to them, because this is also how we could attract tourists, and because there are buyers with them, that we go to Cebu because it's this and like this and like that. So it's one way that we could attract more and let the other countries see how we are as how Cebu is.
And you've mentioned about the buyers, no, which triggered question, no, inside my head, in which I
Yes.
will have to ask you. So what's the composition of the delegates who are coming? So who are they? What do they do? And what are they bringing to the table?
So they are different. From different countries, and some of them are more on the tourism side. Said good. So it's a big impact for tourism, because this is how there are big representatives for tourism in their countries. So it's one way, and also of course government officials from them are also coming in as well. So it's a big opportunity for us to showcase our city, our heritage, our history, how rich we are in history, and how they can also convince their constituents to come to our place, and how we are valuable, and how we can give them a very good experience when they come to our city.
No, actually, when you mentioned magud buyer, murag kanang ang buyer synonymous siya to opportunity.
Yeah, kind of opportunities.
It was
yeah.
music to my ears when you mentioned buyer.
Yeah.
No? So anyhow, in Beyond the Headlines, we would always want to translate kanang an event
Yeah.
into how it impacts the everyday Filipinos
Yes.
or everyday Cebuanos. So for our viewers watching, how does an event as big as this one will eventually benefit them?
Yes. So, very good question. This ASEAN Summit, actually, we and Mayor actually made a task force within the LGU. Good. So within the government. So it's me, and then all the other different departments. And I specifically told, or wanted this ASEAN Summit na manglimpyo ta, manghapsay ta sa atong mga heritage sites, but not only for ASEAN alone. It's something that I want to do for the rest of siguro this everyday na gyud na this is what we should be. Should be the standard of how our city would look like
Even after.
even after ASEAN Summit. So this is one of siguro the goals of Mayor Nestor. If you've heard of his goal by 2035, it's smart, sustainable, and inclusive Cebu City by 2035. So I think that's one of the goals that we really want to achieve in our city, is that, limpyo gyud ato ang kadalanan, walay daghan basura, it's tidy, everybody is in order, so that it does not only, this isn't only for the, for us, but for the whole constituents of Cebu City nga madisiplina gyud ta og paglabay. And I think that's one thing that really that points out good in a city when there are tourists that come around. It's always going to be, they're always going to be pointing out basura and how the cleanliness of our city. So it's something that I really or would want to see in our city for the next years to come, and hopefully for the rest, of how Cebu City would look like in siguro in 10 years from now.
And and there's something that you said that I personally I also like, because like for example, if we translate Cebu to a home and then ay bisita, manglimpyo man gid ta sa balay.
Yes, that's correct.
But unfortunately, the habit is not sustained
Yes,
after the visitor
after,
leaves. No?
yes.
So I'm glad that I think we're conscious that we're leveling up the facilities
Yes.
of the city, and when we want to keep it that way, which is
Yeah.
good. Now, I would just have to address two elephants in the room. No? Dili si Tanjay ug si Kenneth. So, elephant number one is infrastructure, which is synonymous to traffic. And then elephant number two is flooding.
Yes.
And the reason why I have to bring that up, because everyday Filipinos, everyday Cebuanos would always say that how can tourists also come to Cebu, no? If we are also faced with challenges. No?
Yes.
I know this has been kind of compounded through time. No? It's
Yeah.
not just for this term.
Yeah.
No? But are there also kind of at least solutions that you are seeing in the horizon for us to be able to address the two elephants?
Yes. So for the for the two elephants, for the two elephants, I think these are the biggest siguro challenges in our city. One of the two of the biggest, challenges that our city
Two of the biggest elephants. no?
Yes, two of the biggest yun na siya. One, of course, our infrastructure, which would go through our traffic. And I think dili gid siya malay nga traffic is one of the biggest problems gid in our city, and how we could eventually how can we shift things from to getting this traffic to not be very congested in our city. As someone who also lives in Talamban, I think it's something that we would always complain yun and all throughout in the city. And it's something that I cannot siguro think of a definite answer, because of the fact there is research to be done yun on how we can decongest our traffic in our city. Now, one thing that come to my mind would be, should we make a skyway in our city? Are we possible to do that? Or are we supposed to make underground ba? MRTs, LRBs, tram? It's something that needs further research, because siguro if magbuot-buot sa taghimog inani, pero it actually makes things worse. So there's research that needs to be done for the traffic to really seek that certain solution to that. And siguro at this time, we cannot always make band-aid solutions, because of the fact, sige tag band-aid solutions, wa na jud tay mahimo. It's going to be like this forever na lang yun. So we need to make concrete plans, not only to decongest a certain area, but to decongest all the areas in our city. Kay dili man lang, because sometimes, usually what we do, for example, sige, Talamban, Banila Talamban area, unsaon man nato pag decongest. What if we just decongest this area, mapadung man sa lain nga area? So it has to be a plan that's integrated yun nga, we are looking at the whole city itself. Same goes with our flooding. Same ra gyud na nga, if we, for example, kung naay baha diri nga area, ato ni limpyo ni nga area, but people do not understand nga when we clean, if we kanang take out this flooding area, it actually moves to a certain area na sad. So it is a dako gud kaayo siya nga plano that needs to be done in our city. And I think the mayor himself is also working on that sad gyud. And of course, we are all willing to support his ideas with decongesting our traffic, and of course our baha sad gyud. Kaning baha is basura sa gyud. So it's something that it's a whole collective effort to do such things, especially with these certain problems in our city. So it's not only the government that should be working, but also influencing our fellow constituents, our people, to really help us as well with making things better for all of us. Okay, if kami ra gyud maglihok niya dili uban tao, then the forward step isn't going to step forward again. It's just going to be stagnant in certain areas.
Two steps
But,
forward,
yeah,
two steps backward.
so,
So walay forward.
wala
no?
jud siya forward ultima. Sige ra tag forward.
Yeah,
But then
backward.
backward na sad. And it's something siguro hopefully that if ever we do make a certain plan, even if it's like something new to everybody, I hope everybody they accept these certain plans at yun, because sometimes we are very hesitated to be open to different ideas that's very different siguro from our perspectives, but siguro we never really know unless we try on certain new rules or strict implementations. So, if you've heard, ang basura ato na siya sugdan balik, ang pag-segregate again with our trash, because as you know, unfortunately, with the recent happenings in Binalio, I think that's a very big eye-opener again to our constituents. Nga, how can we lessen our trash in our city when, something like this already happened and lives were lost already. So it's something that we really need to tackle, and something we really have to look at gyud kani tutukan gyud unta ni siya nga mga problema sa atong syudad, which is, I think we are doing that right now. We are doing our efforts as well, but of course it still needs time. We need to take time to really think of concrete solutions to problems.
Thank you for bringing up the third elephant. No?
Yes, the third elephant.
Which is, yes, the trash. No? And yesterday, we guested Aliko Garganera. No? She's a lawyer, and then she's
Yes.
also an environmentalist, and she
Yes.
also proposed several solutions.
Yes.
And I would agree with you. We cannot solve this like tomorrow,
Yeah.
but at least there are conversations that are also happening to move this elephant
Forward.
Okay. Now, I will have, but this is the last elephant.
Yes.
Again. So this is in terms of tourist arrivals. Just before going here, or just before coming here, no,
Yeah.
I was watching news, no, and then, but don't worry, I will not ask you with the data, no. I kept it in mind that while the tourism figure for 2025 was about 5 million,
Yeah.
which is already an improvement, but it is still lower compared to pre-pandemic years.
Yes, that's
and then the translation for that, because this is like Philippines, but the translation for that in Cebu is usually, no, at least the occupancy rate.
Yeah.
No, and the last information I have, but maybe, but the last, and forgive me if this is already outdated, but the last information I had, the occupancy rate in Cebu is 55%, and this is lower than the national
Yeah.
occupancy, which is averaging at 60%. And NCR belongs to the higher end, no? Okay, average man siya.
Yeah.
So kita 55, 60 ang national average, and then NCR is 65%, no? So now that we have this opportunity ba hosting the ASEAN tourism summit, and there are buyers also coming in and decision makers coming in, how are we seizing this opportunity also, no?
Yes.
For us to be able to although you mentioned it earlier, to let this impact translate into measures like
Yeah.
arrivals and hotel occupancy.
Yes.
Sige.
So I think that's one thing that everybody pointed out sa Gyud pag 2025 that we really lowered Gyud. I think
We improved pag sinulog.
Yes.
But
Again, it fluctuated again during the rest of the months. Well, we are always fully packed during Sinulog.
Sinulog, yes.
But there's no lie to that na yun. But after a few months after that, it goes down and down and down again. And it goes up again during Sinulog
Sinulog.
time. And then I think one of the if I'm not mistaken, one of the reasons why we fluctuated also during the past few months in 2025 was because of the earthquakes. So, yes. So
I heard about that, yes.
So
There were
that's-
cancellations.
Yes, there were so much cancellations of hotel occupancies here in our city because of the earthquakes. And of course, who isn't scared of earthquakes, especially when you're in high-rise buildings, diba? And I think this moment is a very good moment for all of the hoteliers and everyone that's in the hospitality industry to be very to seize the moment that we have these certain individuals that can bring a huge amount of tourists in our country or in our place, especially in Cebu City. So we made our best efforts. We will be putting actually billboards. Yes, so we have billboards, but of course not to really disrupt the tour, but then just to give a welcoming siguro platform for them to see that they are really welcome here in our city. And we will also be giving out brochures, and of course, so we are very close very good communication with, of course, DOT, and then Tieza, of course, who is very helpful with helping us organize the whole tours. So that's one thing that we will be really hoping that Tribu Bisakanon is actually will be performing to welcome them in Fort San Pedro. So
I was about to ask my personal favorite, Toledo. No.
sila among nabokdaan.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
Word of honor. Yes.
So we will be giving out brochures for sure, and then we will be giving them. They will be giving a lot of delicacies, and of course, there will be tour guides that can. Of course, the tour guides will be the most important, one of the most important people that will be our spokesperson for all the Cebuanos that are here in Cebu City. So they play a very big role in this tour, since they will be the one who will be welcoming them and of course explaining to them how our city is like and how our history is like and culture, of course, in our city. So I think we are all very excited for it, and hopefully we will pray that this opportunity is once in a lifetime, that it should be a platform or opportunity for us to bring in more tourists by this year and the upcoming years to come.
So earlier we opened the conversation about the spirit of the Cebuano.
Yes.
And now since we are about to close this conversation, too bad, but I hope we will have more time in the
Yes.
future. Do you have a message, to the Cebuanos and the people who are watching, on how they can also help in showcasing our strength as Cebuanos to make this event and more kanang improvements that
Yeah.
you and the team are also helping in the city to make all this happen, to achieve what was the goal, 2035 vision,
2035.
So how can they help?
Yes. I think one of the biggest message I would give out to our fellow people in Cebu City is to just be a good citizen. So be a good citizen means to be clean, of course, to abide by, siguro the biggest lang yun we would like to point out is the cleanliness lang yun of our city. And that's one thing that's striking in the eyes, especially when we have tourists that comes in here. And of course, being a Cebuano, we already know that we are very kind. It comes in already naturally for us to be kind, to be helpful for everyone who gets lost. Kung naamang gay mawa diri, if you just ask a person on the side, they would answer you right away without any doubt. So for the ASEAN Summit, I hope that everyone just to make sure that we throw our trashes and be a good citizen lang yun. Nga, that's all. If we just think nga kanang maayo man ko nga ta, ako na lang puniton ang basura sa kilid sa daan and then throw it in the proper place. I think if we do it as a collective effort, I am sure that we will impress our guests that are coming in by the 25th and 28th and 29th.
And finally, so that they will be able to prepare the closer or the prompter. And finally, as a leader, no, because you're still the young, of course, no,
Yes.
the youngest counselor. So as a leader also in the city, what is your personal hope and vision for Cebu? No, not necessarily as a destination, but as a place and a community of people and faith.
Yes. So I hope to see Cebu as it is still the same. Nothing. I wouldn't change anything for Cebu. It stays the same. But siguro as we go forward or as we move forward, we are open to newer ideas. Siguro. And I hope that when these new ideas come in to place, we accept them and then think of them as well. Since we are an era of a world where it's rapidly changing to different ideas, and of course we can also hold back that we are siguro stagnant on certain ideas, and I hope that as we move forward, we are open to more ideas to come into our city, and we embrace them wholeheartedly. And if you have any other suggestions how we can make our city a better place, a nicer place, you can know I am very open. Or if you have suggestions on certain things, if you cannot go directly to, if you do not know where to go, my office is always open for suggestions. If you have any complaints, I am always in City Hall from Monday to Friday. I am in the second floor. So if you have any ideas, we are always open to new ideas in our city. So of course, and I hope that we always stay pure to ourselves and never forget ato ang pagsalig o paghigugma, of course, to our beloved Senior Santo Niño.
So thank you, Councilor.
Thank you very much.
Nice, no? Grace actually told me that you were in the middle of a big meeting.
Yes.
But you just made time for us to be here, so we're
Yes.
truly grateful. And thank you so much also for sharing your insights from the heart of
Yes.
Sinulog to the bigger picture of Cebu's tourism and what it takes to host ASEAN Tourism Forum. You can hear the music now. no?
Yes.
And to our viewers, remember, behind every festival, every event, every achievement, there are leaders like Councilor Nice and people working together to make Cebu shine. I'm DJ Moises, and from all of us here at Beyond the Headlines, thank you for watching. We'll see you again as we continue to go deeper into the stories that shape our everyday lives. Have a good afternoon.
Bye, everyone.